Welcome to another machine learning uh, video. In the previous video, we have seen how to create the new Python environment using the package manager Conda. So, basically, we have seen that we need Anaconda package manager and right and and another thing that we need is that we need for coding in coding we can do either in Jupyter notebook or we we, we can use for beginner the Jupyter notebook or prototype projects. The Jupyter notebook is a very convenient way to start with, but if you are a you are going to develop a hardcore software applications, then you must use a standard IDE, that is integrated development environment, and that is there are many IDEs available commercially, but the Pycharm IDE is very popular and it's one of the best. Right, so it will help you to manage your project very efficiently. So in this video we will see how we can use the Pycharm IDE and how we can integrate the Conda environment, your created Conda environment, with the Pycharm IDE. Right, so basic steps are very simple. But one thing I want to say that if you have not watched my last two videos, that is lecture 3 and lecture 4 of machine learning, then I will recommend you to please see those videos from the playlist, or you can see my description box. Okay, so now for integrating the Pycharm with the IDE, Pycharm IDE with a Conda environment, the first step is that you have to install the Pycharm, right? And for that you have to go to this link, go to this jetbrains.com Pycharm link, and you have to download the Pycharm software. So basically you have to go to this link and you have to download the Pycharm software, and you have to select this community edition of the Pycharm software, and obviously you should select the 64-bit edition, and the installation is very straightforward. So for this after the download, you will get a setup file. You will get a setup file like this in the Pycharm in your download folder, and the installation is very straightforward, like any other software. Just one thing you have to make sure that it requires the Java installation. The Pycharm requires Java software, so it will, if it is not installed in your machine, it will be installed with the Pycharm. So you have to check that part only. Okay, so and that's all. Okay, so you have to first install it into your machine, the Pycharm, and then the next step is you have to create a Python environment using Conda. Okay, that already you know how to do that. I show that in the last video and the lecture 4, and then you have to create a new Pycharm project, right? And then you have to link your project with your Conda environment. Okay, and then you are all set for coding. Okay, so I will just briefly show you how to do all these things. So after Pycharm installation, you will get a icon like this for Pycharm IDE. You will first open that, so you will get something like this, and here you should create a new project. Okay, you should click over here at the new project. Okay, so but before that, sorry, before that we'll do another thing, that is first we'll create a Python environment. Okay, suppose we don't have any Python environment, so we'll start from the scratch. So suppose now you can see that what are the environments are here in my machine. Conda environment list, this command has been executed, so you can see that two environments is available. One is test, which I have created earlier, which is just a test environment, I just created it, and the root environment. The root environment is basically your Anaconda environment, means your system environment. After installation of Anaconda, this is the default environment will be there. If you don't create any environment, still it will be there. So this is a default environment. Okay, so now what I am going to do, I am going to create a new environment with my name. So suppose Conda create name. So I'm going to name it like this, the Suman env. So it's all together Suman env, and then just the Python equal to 3.5 version. Okay, so enter. So it will create the environment. So I'm going to pause it for a few seconds. So now you can see that environment, the new environment has been created. So I'm going to see whether it is created or not. So this is here. So Conda environment list Conda space env dot space list. So yeah, so here you can see that this new environment has been created, Suman env, and this is the location of environment. So this is very important. You must see the location of your environment. So it is in the location user space Suman app data local Conda environment Suman env, right? So what I'm going to do is that let's see what are the packages are there. Okay, so Conda list. So first I have to activate my environment. So first activate my activate Suman env, right? And now I am within my environment. So I am going to see what are the packages that there. So for this I am the command is Conda space list. So this is so here you can see that these packages are available in my environment. Now suppose I am going to use, suppose I know that I am going to use some NumPy project. So I am going to install NumPy package. Okay, so for this I am going to write Conda install the name of the package, that is NumPy. Okay, so this is a command, and it will take some time for installation. So I am going to pause it for a few minutes. So now you can see that this NumPy has been installed in my Python environment. The name of my Python environment is Suman env. So here you can check that this NumPy has been installed. Okay, now I'm all set to go to create my project, create my Pycharm project. Okay, and I'm going to use this setup, this Suman environment for my project. Okay, so I'm just zooming in out, and then I'm opening this Pycharm terminal. Okay, Pycharm IDE. So I'm creating a new project. So first of all, I have to select a location. So I'm just taking this default location, that is user Suman Pycharm project default location. I'm giving the name as the Python project. Python project. Okay. So I'm just going to give the name Python. Sorry. Python project. Right. So and here it is the very important step. Here you can have the interpreter. You have to select the project interpreter. So Python interpreter. Okay, so what I am going to do, I am going to use an existing interpreter. Okay, existing interpreter, because I already created my Python environment, and that is the Suman env. So I have to just give the location of that environment to this Pycharm ID, right? So I have to browse it, and I will just browse it and find out the location of this. So it is, I guess, Suman, and location you might have know that the location is Suman app data local Conda envs. Suman app data. So I'm just going to get the Suman app data. Okay, so now you can locate it. Local Conda environment, and yes, it is there, right? So you have this Suman env. Now within this I have to select this python.exe interpreter. Okay, so you have to select this python.exe interpreter. So I'm going to select that. Okay, and now here you have, this is the Conda environment, right? Okay, so you must select the Conda environment and make available to all projects. Okay, now if you use the same environment, it will be it will show the already the location. So click that. So now it is almost done. So you can see that it is now we have selected the existing interpreter as Python 3.5 Suman env. Okay, now next step is create it. Okay, now I created my project. So my Python project has been created. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to write some scripts here. So within my project folder, I'm going to write some Python code. So I'm just going to write 3 Python codes here, and I will show you how to execute them. Okay, so one is that what I have to do, you have to just open it and you have to create a Python file. So I'm just giving the name script1. Okay, and I'm choosing Python file. So it will create a file with name with script1.py, right? And simply what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy a code, simple code, right? So and I'm just going to paste it. So this is a simple program. So you can see this is a simple program which is actually write a program that prints the numbers from 1 to 20, but for multiples of 3 it will print machine, and for instead of the number, and for the multiples of 5 it will print learning, and for numbers which are multiples of both 3 and 5 it will print machine learning. Okay, so this is a very simple. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to run it over here, and I'm going to run it over here. So yes, so I'm going to select this. So now you can see that already it has been executed, and you can see the output is 1, 2, machine learning, and only in case of 15 it is machine learning because it is divided by both 3 and 5, and in all other cases it is either number or machine or learning. So this is very simple, you can see and watch. It is just for example. And now I'm going to add another code for my project, that is, and this is just example, I'm going to, which will take suppose another code. So here in this script one there was no module. I have not imported any module, right? It is just a basic Python code. If you have a Python interpreter, it will be executed flawlessly. Now second thing is that I'm going to create a second script 2, which is, I already written it somewhere else, so I will just copy it. Okay. It is a NumPy. Okay, it is a matrix multiplication using NumPy. So it's also very simple. I'm just going to copy paste it so you can see the code over here. So this is taking import of the NumPy. It is importing NumPy and it is declaring two matrix, okay, so 3 cos 3 matrix, and now they will just dot product. This is a matrix multiplication, and it will print the result. So pretty simple. So what is going to happen is that I'm going to run this as well. So I'm going to select script 2, and now you just run console, you can observe the result. So it is printing the result. So this is the result, you can see. So why there is no error? Because I already installed NumPy package in my environment, right? I already installed it using the Conda install when I created my Suman env, right? Conda install NumPy IDE, right? That's why there is no error. It is executed flawlessly. Okay, now we can understand, right? Now I am going to create another script, that is another Python file. I'm giving the name script 3, and the Python file, enter, and again I'm going to use another simple program which imports pandas data frame. Okay, so over here, so here you can check that it has created a data frame using dictionary in Python. So it is importing this script is basically importing the pandas as and then it is declaring a dictionary and creating a data frame and printing that data frame. Okay, so let's run it and see what will be the results. Okay, so if I run this thing and script 3, then what happens? Look, here you can check that it is giving you error, no module name pandas, right? Why? Because we have not installed pandas. In my Suman environment there is no pandas module, right? So I have to again install it, and then I can use it in my coding, right? So in your environment there is no pandas, right? So that's why this import error is it is showing this import error. So no module pandas, right? So for this I'm going to install it. So I'm again going to the command prompt. So I'm within Suman environment. You can see this is the syntax. So from this you can understand you are within Suman environment. So now I can use Conda install pandas. Conda install pandas. Okay. So it will take some time to install. So I'm going to pause it. Now we can see that the Conda has been installed. Okay, so Conda list, if I use Conda list, it will show you that the Panda has been installed, right? This pandas has been installed. The pandas 0.220.3, this version has been installed. Now what I'm going to do is, again I'm going to run this. Now it is installed. So let's rerun this code, script 3, which imports the pandas package. So I'm going to run this code again. Okay. Now you can check whether it gives error or not. Now it is executed and there is no error, and you can see the data frame has been printed. Okay. Now I think you have a clear idea how you should do the programming using a Python environment, creating a Python environment, right? Now one thing just I have to include that. Suppose this environment has been created. Now you have to save it into your project folder. Okay, and for that you have to do simply this command. You have to use this command, Conda. So for this, first you have to go to the Pycharm project folder, and within this project I think you have the Python, the name is Python project, right? So I'm in my project folder. So here I'm going to save my environment. Okay, and the environment file is .yml file, right? We discussed this thing in the last lecture. So Conda env create, Conda env export, and suppose I'm giving the name Suman env .yml. Okay. So this is the name of my file. Okay, and then I'm giving enter. So this way, so see, your environment has been saved in your machine in your project folder, in my project folder, right? No, so this .yml file has been, I guess it is saved within my project folder, right? So my project folder is here. So Pycharm projects, Python project. So here you can see we have total 4 files, right? 3 script file, script 1, script 2 and script 3, and another file is this environment file. So Suman env dot, so sorry, the name has been changed, Suman ev.yml. Anyway, you can rename it, but whatever name you can give. But the thing is that you have an environment file also, and whenever you are going to share this project, so whenever I'm going to share this Python project with anyone, I have to share this script files, this script 1, script 2 and script 3. Along with this scripts file, I have to share this environment file, so that anyone else who is dealing with my project, he can reuse the environment and he can reproduce the results. So this is the fundamental concept of using Python environment setup. And I guess now you are all set to go for coding, and basically if you code this way, you will have full control over your Python environment setup, and which is obviously easy for a deployment of your code in long run. Okay, so with this concept, I am going to end this video and see you in the next video. Okay, so bye.